This is the time to express it with our surrounding, with our loved ones, with the world. Leadership. And just a little reminder, anybody who study Kabbalah is a leader. The fact that we are interested in Kabbalah, the fact that our soul resonates with the teachings, it means we are meant to affect change around us. We cannot shy away. We cannot hide. It's our responsibility. So each one of us in our own way, how do we express the attributes of the Creator? That's what this course really is about. It's taking that responsibility. You don't have to be righteous. You don't have to be perfect. The fact that you have the attitude, everything that I do make a difference. The fact that we are chosen, we have the merit to be open, to be interested, it means we have the responsibility to show up. So, tonight's session is class number 7, which is about Netzach. And the subject, even though Netzach means many things, the Sphira of Netzach, the 7th Sphira from the top, one of the topic we'll speak about is igniting the entire flame. Igniting the entire flame. Before we'll get to the class itself, Sphira of Netzach correspond to the right leg in the human body. And we'll understand what it means. So, we will talk tonight about perseverance as one of the attributes of Netzach. And what we'd like you to do as we are starting the class, we'd like you to journal. Please write about at a time in your life when you persevered, whatever it can be, in relationship, in commitment, in a job, in helping someone, even though it didn't make sense. And after the fact, you're so glad you did it. That perseverance, even though it was very tough, really worked for you. So please write it to yourself, reflect, and share it in the chat. Please take a minute. Go ahead. So let's look at the chart of the Sfirot. So as you see in front of you, Netzach, we call it in Kabbalah, it's the right column of the lower triangle. All these 6 Sfirot, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, considered to be the 6 Sfirot that represent Zeir and Pin. The upper 3, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, known as the upper triangle. Netzach, Hod, Yesod, known as the lower triangle. Lower triangle has to do more with the manifested energy. Higher triangle has to do more with consciousness. So, Netzach correspond to the part of the body, the leg, which is very much manifestation, action, doing, moving. And it corresponds, the chariot that represent Netzach is Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, the greatest leader of all. Moses. So, we will speak about some of the attributes, and first by translating the word Netzach. Netzach. The word Netzach comes from the root Lenatzeach, which is victory. But also Netzach means eternity, which tells us a lot about what is true victory. There is illusionary victory and the ultimate victory. Illusionary victory It's the ego victory. I'm up, you are down. I'm better than you. The comparison victory. The I made it temporarily victory. Which in life, of course, in the world of the 1%, which sometimes you need a tangible goal to feel that you accomplish. But if it comes to Netzach, is victory that connects to eternity. It's the same word in Hebrew. How can victory be connecting to eternity? When we win the battle against Satan, against the angel of death, against the force of illusion, we're connecting to eternity. And that's the reason. When we are talking about Moses, what led him all the time? He was the leaders, he was led from above, and he led the Israelites. If you look at the 1% reality, he got just aggravations from the Israelites. If you look at the 1% reality, he was judged by the Israelites. He was not appreciated most of the time by the Israelites. He had major aggravations. But what drove him? What is the energy that came through him? Why, in spite of all the ups and downs, he considered to be the greatest prophet, that his energy will stay forever? Through the Torah, through the Zohar, which Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai channeled through him. What's unique about it? What is his energy? The Torah was given in Mount Sinai 3,500 years ago. The same Torah without a change of one letter available today. Because it's not man-made, because the consciousness behind is eternal vision, revealing the endless light of the Creator, getting rid of the force of the opponent. That's what drove Moses. Eternal vision. I can share with you personally what connected me and what sparked in me the feeling when I saw the Rav Berg that, wow, I feel I belong here. Is the Rav eternal vision of what Kabbalah is about and what the Kabbalah Center is about. We're not here to teach Kabbalah to another 10 people, 100 people, million people, or billion people. We are here to remove pain and suffering by diffusing the force of Satan, that Satan will no longer be the opponent, he will be an angel that just support us. That's the eternal vision. Now, how does it connect to leadership in our life? Listen, in an organization that you run, in a family that you lead, in friends, in groups, in a 1% world, there's no guarantee you'll stay in that company forever, in this group forever, or, God forbid, alive forever. So why are you pushing so much? Why are you trying so much? Because we're not here for our temporary gain. A business that has the blessing of the light is a business that the people who lead looking at vision beyond what I'm gonna get. Injecting energy, sharing values, affecting change, creating products that the energy of them will have longevity, will stay forever. It is not about 5 years vision, 100 years vision, or some Chinese company that have 500 vision. It's about the energy that I'm injecting will stay forever. Am I proud of that energy? Very often, you know that your job is temporary. Are you coming from the agenda, I want this job to be self-serving as long as I'm around? Or it's about planting the right seed for eternity? Because each one of us, doesn't matter what we do. It's not necessarily only when you do some spiritual work you need to have consciousness. In anything that we do, Rav Ashlag speaks about the sesame seeds. In the book Wisdom of Truth, he tells us in life, everything that we do is like adding sesame seeds, either to the side of the scale of positive or negative. And eventually, when enough sesame seed will be in the side of positivity, the whole world will tilt towards the positive. That's eternal vision. Imagine everything that you do with your friends, with your volunteering, with your time, with your company, with your group. It's a sesame seed. That's eternal consciousness. That's essential. To allow the light to channel through me, I have to have this eternal consciousness. I'm just reading a Zohar. I'm just helping someone. In the teachings of Kabbalah, we're learning when you are visiting a sick person. One way to look at this, I'm doing a nice actions, making the other person feel good. Another way is to realize by you doing this action of visiting a sick person, you are actually elevating spark of light from the klipot towards the positive side, and the world is no longer the same, and that will be that one sesame seed that will affect change in the big picture. Yes, but sometimes I don't see the results. You want to live a life that you never regrets your positive intentions and positive actions, because your intention was part of the, I want whatever I'm doing, I want it to be part of the eternal vision. And when you have eternal vision, it's not about your ego. That's the reason it says about Moses that he was the most humble person on earth, because all his decision was based on what's good for the long-term vision. Seeing result, I will not see result, letting go. What's best for the long-term vision? I remember once the Rav Berg performed a wedding in Los Angeles. And the groom was pretty connected to the center. The bride and the family were not so connected to the center, and they didn't understand very much all the Kabbalistic approach. And then the Rav, of course, injected energy, explained Kabbalistic things. Suddenly, the family of the bride started to complain, it's too long, chaos, a little arguments, fights there between the people that were there. And I was next to the Rav, and the Rav, without any reaction, paused. The Rav turned to me and said, and remember, we are injecting your energy for the bank of energy in the upper world, for eternal energy, regardless of what's going to happen here. Our intention is right, we're injecting positive energy, it's part of the bigger picture. Part of the bigger picture. We all immortals. Our actions are immortals. Do we really think it? And that's essential. Essential when you take, there's certain things about ourselves we need to take seriously, certain things about ourselves we need to take lightly. But when I'm already doing an action, to understand it is eternal action. And that's a fact. What energy comes of me? That's one attribute. Eternal consciousness versus agenda. I want to see the results in my time. Whatever you're leading, that's so essential to feel from you. The other one. It says that Netzach. Netzach means eternity, continuous, and practically means the power to persevere. Anybody that leading, trying to add value, trying to elevate, try to accomplish goals, even though you have eternal goals, but you have some temporary positive goals along the way. One of the rules that we've learned before, you have goals to make a difference, you'll have oppositions. And with oppositions, you need to have perseverance. You know, the Israelites with Moses were supposed to be 40 days and 40 nights in Mount Sinai with consciousness of love thy neighbor as yourself. They just needed to maintain and persevere this energy of harmony, certainty, and love between them. Guess when we lost it? Because all of our souls were there. 6 hours before the 40 days. After 39 days and 18 hours, we created the golden calf. One of the biggest tests in our life, just before we manifest the next level of enlightenment and blessing, the test of perseverance will reveal itself. And part of us would like to quit. The strength to persevere when it doesn't make sense. The strength to push when it feels, I'm doing so much and I don't see fruits. It's a test for every leader. If you talk about the Rav Berg and Karen Berg, in 1971 they started the Kabbalah Center. It was a great awareness, and for the first time for Kabbalah in the world. In 1984 was the peak of how many students were in Israel, and books were printed in English. Suddenly, group of teachers decided to quit and to open their own center and to go against the Rav and Karen. Can you imagine how painful it was? Do you think the Rav and Karen stopped? The opposite. The next chapter of the Kabbalah Center was 1984. For the next 25 years, the center grew the most. The secret of perseverance. Their greatest student, which was a very talented teacher that they found in the streets, actually, when he was young, and brought him in like a son that was a teacher, quit and went against. Can you imagine? Perseverance. Yeah, there are challenges. But the challenges are there just to awaken that attributes of Netzach within us. Without the challenges that cause us to want to stop, we are not expressing that. Keep walking. The right leg represents keep walking. Don't stop. Don't pause. The power of continuity. The right leg represents walking with excitement and right, giving, energy. Don't stop giving. Perseverance. Essential attributes. Essential. We'll speak about another one. You know, the legs, Netzach, Hod, representing the leg, they are the support of the body. A true leader willing to support others and allow them to shine. Moses known with a desire just for the eternal purpose to be accomplished, for revealing the light of the Creator, without thinking that he needs to shine. Whatever is best for the goal, let other people shine. If you are a leader and your ego will not allow you to hire people smarter than you, better than you, more talented than you in certain areas, you're not a true leader. It's self-serving. You're not really thinking about the big picture, purpose and goal. As a leader, we're not supposed to be the best in everything. We're supposed to be the one that allow each person to shine. Like Karen Berg always said, a true team is like a soup. You need the onion, you need the water, you need the tomato, you need the cayenne pepper, you need the black pepper, you need the salt. Everyone is important. Don't try to be everything. Everyone has its time to shine. Don't worry about the ego, worry about your ego as a true leader. And the last attribute that we'll speak about, it says that Netzach, connecting to the concept of kol zrizut in Hebrew. Zrizut refer to that energy of eagerness, the flame to do more, to jump, to run after opportunity. Eagerness means in the same way Satan is waiting for a little opening, a little sadness, a little depression, a little jealousy, a little lack, a little comparing. Right away enter in with these movies in our head. The same way, imagine you're eager. At the moment you have opportunity to do good, to share good, to do in action, you're running to do it. Eagerness to be fast, excitement, eagerness for action, positive action. You know, we have a body and we have a soul. The soul is light, the body is heavy. The soul is not controlled by gravity, the body is controlled by gravity. One of the indications that we are aligned to the light, you feel light. One of the indication that my body consciousness controls me, I feel heavy. One of the biggest trap of Satan is he let us do the right thing, but being heavy about it, being grumpy about it, as a chore, as a responsibility, as I have to do list. We came to this world to transform the body to align to the soul, to make the body light. That's what we came to do in this world. So the whole idea of how do you transform, when you have opportunity to do something good or positive or healthy, or as a leader, you know you need to confront your employee or your friend, and you started to feel the heaviness about it, and dreading it, and fearing it, and you're heavy and you're contemplating, and you're procrastinating. What are you going to do? You're going to wait until it will be comfortable? No. You need to train your body to align to the soul consciousness, which is lightness, eagerness, jump to action. Don't think. There's time to pause and don't act when your reactive energy is taking over. There's time to pause and act fast when your heaviness of your body wants to take over. You know, sometimes restriction is to restrict the reactive nature, which is about instant gratification, but sometimes the restriction is to restrict the heaviness, the laziness, the procrastination of the body, and to act fastly. Eagerness, excitement, fire. Fire. I'm excited, looking forward. Rabbi Isaac Luria tell us, one of the main cause to develop divine inspiration, developing the sixth sense, developing guidance from the light, when every spiritual action or every to-do action that you know you should do, it can be at work, it can be at home, it can be whatever it is, you're doing it with excitement, eagerness, and love. Especially those things that the body wants to be heavy about it and procrastinate. And that's by itself developing a strength that you receive from the light, guidance that you receive from the light. We call it Ruach HaKodesh, or divine inspiration. Eagerness, quickness. The last thing before we'll summarize it and go to the next part, which is to you. Last Saturday morning lecture, Michael Berg spoke about profound concept. And I will not speak about the entire concept. I will recommend you to go back to Kabbalah.com and listen to it. But he spoke about when you look at the fire, which actually Netzach connects to that eagerness. When you look at fire and you're trying to actually capture the moment, what's happening in the moment? Is there something that was burned? Or will be? No. There's actually constant process of burning. What is that burning? Eagerness to reveal light. Eagerness, that's the internal energy of Netzach. Constant eagerness to reveal light. Constant eagerness to be in motion to reveal more light. There's no time for, wow, I revealed so much light. I'm so connected. I'm so elevated. I'm so upset about what just happened. There's a new eagerness. That's the secret of joy. That's the secrets of divine inspiration. That's Netzach. That healthy burning fire, desire to reveal, desire to ignite, desire to jump about another opportunity to reveal light. I'm sure you tried it. When you have even a physical task that you're given, and it's very difficult. It can be a physical challenge of running, of climbing, and you right away take upon yourself and jump and do it, and making that phone call versus you think about it. Where there's more light, more lightness, more joy in it, when you jump right away. So imagine within us there's that healthy burning fire that looking forward. What's the next thing I can do? What's the next positive thing I can do? That's the Netzach. And I'm not talking about what's the next desire to receive for oneself alone. But that's bring youth. That's bring lightness. And imagine, we want as leader to ignite that fire, that spirit in other people. So, if we look at the next slide, you see in front of you the four concepts that we spoke about. Perseverance allows others to shine, eternal vision, connecting to the life purpose, which is bigger than just what you do. The sparks of light will stay forever. And eagerness, quick to action. The opposite of procrastinating. Lightness versus heaviness. Lightness versus heaviness. We came to transform the body heaviness to be light. To be light. Sometimes you have to do things that feels heavy until they become light. Sometimes you have to start to do things because you should do them, but you want to do them eventually because you love to do them and you're excited. If you are too long doing things because you should, life becomes heavy. If you're staying in the marriage because you should, life becomes heavy. Everything that you do already, you want to love to do. And it's up to us to transform heaviness to lightness, And that something new, rejuvenation has to be injected. New perseverance has to be injected at all time. So, before we'll invite some of you to share with everyone and to reflect in front of everyone, we would like you to reflect yourself. Where in your life, in areas of leadership, in areas of making a difference, in areas of responsibilities, where in your life you can apply the attributes of Netzach in order to express better leadership. So please, take a minute and a half, 90 seconds, to reflect, to write for yourself, and to share in the chat. Go ahead. I can share, just before we go finding one of our friends that wants to share, that in my period of the center, which was many years, I had many challenges, like all of us have in life, and that's part of a test of true connection, perseverance. But at 2 years, while I had Crohn's disease and lost 40 pounds and feeling very sick, actually for 2 years I felt literally uninspired, no energy, no strength, weakness, but somehow I had that inner voice, just persevere. So, and I couldn't do it with excitement, because ultimately you would like to persevere with excitement. And then many miracles happen with the help of my teacher, the Rav. But those moments that you seem to have no support from inertia, from the outside, from the inside, nothing that pushes you, that drives you, just listen to that voice. That voice is the Netzach within us. Just persevere. So easy to quit. So easy to quit. So, Elisheva, would you like to help us to find a volunteer that would love to be in front of all of us?
Oh yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer last year and started treatments. And with the treatments, you get blood work every week, and you're supposed to see your cancer cells go down, and they'd go down a little, and then they'd shoot way up. And it was around then that my friends got me involved with Kabbalah and Kabbalah 1. And I really latched on to certainty and perseverance. I just felt it. And times when it was really hard, I felt it even stronger and stronger. And finally, after many months, one day, miraculously, my numbers just dropped, and I was just in awe. But it wasn't so much even that. It was the fact that I was in touch with something more than just the physical and the health, that it was something greater that got connected in me.
That's so beautiful, Victoria, beautiful. I want to ask you a question. Can you share with us how your perseverance and inspiration and pushing through affected in a positive way people around you?
Yeah, I think my daughter, of course, and I reflected the energy together. And my friend Robin, and Bill, who's very involved in the Kabbalah Center, when I would get discouraged, she would often say, she calls me Vicky, yeah, we feel it. We feel your perseverance. We feel your positivity. And I would get chills, like I wasn't aware that was affecting, or maybe not affecting, but being seen at least. And so I'd keep that in my mind when I would talk to other people in my support groups or whatever.
So it's totally affecting, not just seeing by other people. The reason I ask you, Victoria, because Because when you persevere, even if it's your own process, you are a leader. You're affecting change. The process that you went through allow you to help other people in your support group. When you went through what you went through, you earn an attributes of perseverance that actually people feel from you. So always, there's another one of the most important concepts in leadership. Every hardship that we are going through is giving us a skill to be better leader in specific lessons that I've learned and challenges that I overcame. There's no question about it.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Because some people asking a question, why was I abused in my childhood? Okay, I understand, I became stronger. Why? So instead of looking about that, we should look at how does it make me a better leader? How does it make me a person that can help other people that's still holding on to victim consciousness around the challenge that they're going through? So very often every challenge we're going through is to help us to become and to shine greater leadership and elevations of other people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much for sharing and for your courage and perseverance.
Thank you so much.
Thank God. Beautiful. So one of the attributes of Netzach, it's about the space between clarity of vision and action. The legs are manifesting the mind's thoughts. So Netzach is the legs. So very often we have clear idea what we need to do, but we don't jump and do it. So one of the ways that we're inspiring our workers, our co-workers and other people around us, that when you have clarity of vision, don't second guess yourself and jump and do it. No space between head and legs. And that's because, of course, when I'm not clear about what I need to do, that's one thing. When I have a clarity, that's the time to jump and to apply. Because a lot of people think I have to overthink everything. There's time to think, there's time not to think. Remember, the goal of these classes is to learn about the 10 Sfirot, but to learn how to apply better leadership, bring more light in the world that we live in. Thank you so much, everyone. All the best, lots of love and perseverance.